guys, what is poppin'? Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to get this Galaxy eyeshadow look with the Morphe X James Charles palette. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into the video. I had already primed my eyes with the NYX Glitter Glue Primer. You guys know that I love using this as a base for this palette. Now I'm taking my Morphe M573 brush and going into the shade Code James and laying this out on my crease as my transition shade. Even though this shade will not really show at the end final result, I just wanted to lay this down just to kind of blend everything together and make everything smooth. Then I'm taking my Morphe M506 brush and dipping into the shade Playground. Now this shade I kept on building and building and building, and as you see, when I first started off with it, it was kind of just a wash of color, but the more you build, the more intense it got, so I just kept doing that, and I loved how it kept building up and getting brighter and brighter. As you see, I went again with my Morphe M506 brush in the shade Playground and building that up. And if you want it to be more intense, just add a bit more glitter glue on top and it'll surely make it even more intense than it already is. Then I'm taking the shade Cola, and I'm going to be using this kind of in the middle of my eye. This shade will probably not show through, but just to blend the purple that we're going to go in next with the shade Playground, I just wanted to put this in the middle just to kind of set it down and make it easy for this purple shade that we're going in with now, which is Escape from the palette, and just blending everything together with that. And I'm really building up this Escape shade because it's going to be our main purple Galaxy shade, and blending it out and feathering out the edges, of course, and blending everything together and building up so that it gets more and more pigmented and kind of bringing it down to the lid. Then I'm taking my Real Techniques multitask eye brush and taking the shade Spooky and putting that on the outer V of my eye and really smoking that out to be our Galaxy, and then going back with the shade Escape and putting that in between the black shade and the Playground shade, and then taking the Playground shade again and just intensifying the inner third, and again making everything more blended together because sometimes it fades away while you're putting in other colors and blending. Now I'm taking my Morphe M514 brush and dipping into the shade You're Kidding and just putting that on top of the colors very close to my brow bone just to give a bit more color and a bit more depth and kind of really blend out the edges, or else it just looked really harsh and not even blended. So I kept adding that on top. Again, these are shades that you do need to keep building with, and I kept on doing that, and I loved how blended everything turned out. And then going back with the same shades, the M506 brush with the shade Escape, blending it all out. Like I said, that was going to be our main color for the Galaxy. Now I'm taking my makeup remover wipe and just cleaning everything under my eye, cleaning up all the fallout, and winging out the eye. I feel like this changed the game. Before, I wasn't really feeling this look. Make sure to be patient with this look because it does take a lot of time and blending, and I promise you the final look will be amazing as long as you're patient and just don't give up. It always starts out messy but ties in together in the end. So of course I did that, and then I'm taking my Morphe M421 brush and dipping into the shade Hello and putting that on my inner third right under the shade Playground, and taking my brush and doing that. I always lay down my shimmer shades with the brush first and then use my finger just to lay down the position, but I do think that shimmer shades always apply better with a finger, so I always use my finger after laying down the shade first with a brush. I find that technique the best way to make your shimmer look precise but also very bright and shimmery. So then I went back with my Morphe M506 brush with the shade Escape. Like I said, this color is the color we're going to use the most, and blending that all out together and intensifying that and making sure that it's all going together and blended out and all the colors stand out, and just blending that in more towards the inner. Now I'm taking the shade Artistry. I don't know what brush that is. I'm pretty sure it's just a fluffy crown brush, but I'm using the shade Artistry, and like I said, I'm just putting that kind of next to the shade Hello and putting it right on top of the purple, blending it into the black, and then taking the black shade again and blending that out on the outer corner and blending it into the shade Artistry so that everything goes together and is blended, because blending is key. And then I just took the first shade with the first brush that I used and just blended out everything together. Like I said, blending is key in makeup. The number one thing you need to know is to blend. If you blend, your makeup will always be flawless. So that's what I kept doing, kept going back and blending. Now I'm taking the Stila Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadow in the shade Diamond Dust. It's like a really pretty silvery color, and you can skip this step and just stop right there if you want to, but I wanted to go a little bit of the extra mile, and I'm taking my Morphe M251 brush and making little stars at the edges of my eye, just placing glitter dots like everywhere, kind of on the edges of my eyes and kind of bringing it in, just because I wanted to give a really cool star effect, and I really wanted to, well, unleash my inner artist with this look, and I'm really proud of what happened. And then I'm making a little star, just making a little plus sign just to be like that shooting, shining star on the edge of my eye, and that's what I was doing right over here. It's kind of a little hard, but as long as you be very careful and very precise, you should be able to do it, and if I could do it, trust me, you can do it. So then I did that to make all of our stars, and now I'm going with the lower lash line. I came back with some concealer and lashes, and I'm going with the first shade, which was Code James, and just blending it out on the lower lash line, just to lay down before we go with our darker shades. Then I'm taking my black, and I'm using the same brushes that I use for each color, and just pinching it, and I'm going with the black shade starting out on the inner corner, then my M506 with the purple shade, and putting that kind of in the middle of the eye. And then after that, I went with the shade Skip and put it all the way on the inner corner after I'm going with the Escape shade, and just try to intensify that inner, I guess, corner. And then, yeah, that is it for the lower lash line. Now I'm going back with my really thin liner brush and going back with the shade Diamond Dust, the Stila Glitter and Glow Shadow, and I'm making the stars come to the bottom of the eye just so that everything ties in. So on the lower lash line, I'm spacing out 4 different dots under my lower lash line, and then after I put those 4 dots under my lower lash line, I just went in between every 2 dots and put another dot, and then just kept going down and down and down. So we started off with 4 dots, then 3 dots, then 2 dots, and then 1 dot. And that is the complete glitter look. And now for the last thing we have to do, which is the inner corner, going with the shade Ring Light and just buffing that in. And like I said, I use a brush first, and then I go in with my finger just to intensify it and make sure the shimmer is also precise but also as intense as possible. And I did spray my brush with all the shimmer shades that I used today with the Morphe Prep and Set setting spray. And that is it for this eye look. I hope you guys enjoyed. I really tried to unleash my inner artist with this, and please don't mind my messy brows, and I didn't have any foundation on, so please don't mind my skin on my brows. I'm just really lazy. I mean, trust me, you would know. But that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe and like this video, and thank you for watching. Bye!